Yeah, Hunter stuff, I don't think anybody really heard of this game. They didn't really, like, promote it a lot. Which is kind of interesting considering some of the people that worked on it. Yeah, this is a fairly recent release. I think it came out like, I think about a week ago, or like the 20th. Yeah, it really does feel kind of like Hiroyuki Ito comes out of retirement, descending from the mountains. Yo, Freighter 5, thank you for the dono. The donation. Enjoy that Bugzilla. Oh, the text is too small to read on my other monitor. Let me... Ah, pseudo-sub. Gotcha. Thank you. I've also set up the Patreon pledge alerts as well. Because Lord knows the Patreon setup is a lot better than subs right now. It's time for math, that's right. Oh, you've been playing this, Tiff? Hell yeah. Use this for testing the marathon? Yeah, I played it for like 15 minutes yesterday. They sent me a key for it. I was like, okay, I'll do the usual 15-minute test, give it a quick run, make sure everything works. And then, oops, I played it for 2 hours. Well, I've seen the party members. Like, I'm not 100% blind. I played a decent chunk yesterday. I didn't, like, finish the game or anything, but I played a little bit. And, I have seen the party members. I saw the cat, I saw the robot, I saw the kid who thinks he's gonna be in an isekai, except it's not an isekai. If he dies here, he dies for real. Alright, let's go ahead and get started here. In case you're wondering about the music choice, it's not, I didn't randomly pick like a guitar rendition of classical music for fun. That is the soundtrack to the game. Alright. Should be capturing. Please capture. Game. It's the same window. Why are we not? There we go. Okay, dungeon encounters. This is a very, very, very minimalistic dungeon crawler. Directed by Hiroyuki Ito, who kind of invented the ATB system. They actually did get Nobuo Uematsu in to do the music, although it's just like guitar in the tracks, which I'm not sure I like. So there's my file from the other time. 2.5 hours, actually. We'll start a new file, of course. So this is as much story as you're going to get, by the way. This game is minimalistic to, like, no end. This is the entire premise of the game. There's a dungeon. Go explore it. There's bad stuff in that dungeon. Go check it out. Oh, also, before we get started, I should point out, even though it's right there in the corner, the stream is sponsored by Square Enix, so they gave me a copy of the game. But this is a dungeon crawler. Very, very classically inspired. I just want to bump up the volume a teensy bit. Alright, so a lot of dungeon crawlers, you start by assembling a group. So you might notice that there is an address. You can see Z, Y, and X coordinates. And this means that you don't have a party just at your home base. This is just like pretty standard, you know, add people to your party, remove people from your party. You might notice Petrified is specifically listed there. There's a reason for that, and we'll get to that later. So, you don't create characters in this game, they're all like pre-made for you. Every character, to my knowledge, is identical stat-wise. The only difference is what they're using for gear. So for example, this guy has an accessory called ROM. And then she's got a hatchet, which does random damage. We'll get into the damage stuff in a bit, but this is just like your basic party composition, so anybody with 0, 50-50 means that they're kind of at the home base. And you can kind of return to the first floor and pick them up whenever. But then you notice, she's at 003632. So if they're not at the home base, that means they're either in the dungeon or they're somewhere else. And the first letter, the Z letter, that is the floor they're on. So right now, this guy is on floor 2 somewhere. And then everybody else is just kind of wandering the dungeon, so obviously they're not going to start you off with a level 87 character. That would be a little silly. But you can go pick up characters in the dungeon. We'll get to Sir Cat. We'll get there. And as you go through the dungeon, there's Sir Cat. There's one of the best characters, I think. K2000 is a pretty pro choice as well. There is a little bit of lore. Again, the story is very much not the purpose of this game. There's not going to be like this grand story. This isn't going to be a epic sweeping adventure where all your party members grow and learn from each other. It is very much boilerplate. Like, you get a tiny bit of lore for each character, and that's it. How's it going, Game Face? And of course, Sir Cat, who is called Sir Cat because the discoverers of Sir Cat were like, should we just call this Cat? And then the cat got mad, and then Sir Cat. It's Sir Cat, actually. There is a tiny bit of connections, like I believe Natliana is connected to Ruenzo. Like, some of the stories are a little connected here and there, like in the backstory, but it's all backstory. This is the Isekai kid, by the way. He put on a magical headset and thought he was in a video game. And he just thinks it's a really cool game, but if he dies, he's dead. Yeah, it's a lot like Etrian Odyssey in that the characters, you just kind of can assign your own meaning. This is just templates. Also Dog. Dog's another top tier character. Dog with a sword, I should say. So yeah, we'll be finding more of these folks down as we go in, but for now we gotta get a squad going. Let's go ahead, let's grab Lalagi. Let me switch back to equipment actually, because I want to see. So you'll notice that all the armor, it's all like just recruits clothing. That's all going to be the same for now. Let's grab Julosh, Menasar, and I think I like to have a good mix of magic and like combat. Catman? Maybe we'll pick up Catman another trip. Because there is a reason to not just use the same party over and over. We'll get into that in a bit. Let's grab Grandpa. He's level 2. He's clearly better. Actually, we can get a party member immediately, but let's look at the play guide here. So, the game itself, like all the dungeons and stuff, are kind of laid out like a board game. And rather than like icons and stuff, they're listed with numbers. And the numbers will always correspond to the same event. On top of that, you're encouraged to explore the dungeon by stepping on every single tile, because for every tile you explore, you get like a tile marked off on your counter, basically. And once you get enough tiles, you get an ability point. So, for example, we need 99 more tiles to step on. So I'm gonna bump up the speed a little bit because it's a little slow. So this is just the this is kind of like your main hub. So this one, 00, this always corresponds to the academy. Although I don't think you find any more of them. Event number 3 is an ability station. This is where you equip passive and active abilities. We don't have any yet. Then event 4 is where you recover your ability uses. There's also like an auto run feature, so like you don't have to manually walk around at all times. If you hold down X, your character will just walk. And you might notice, there's a little tile here just kind of floating out of nowhere. Of course, it's a dungeon crawler, there are secret walls. But this specific secret wall, let's actually go back to the academy real quick. This is an academy, just trust me, it's an academy. We're gonna drop Grandpa off there because, if you remember from the composition list, there was somebody else on floor 0 at Y36 and X32. And that's where Cespare is, so you can actually get her right off the bat as well. If you go to the secret zone. Very baby secret. Again, the party members are all identical outside of gear. So there we go, getting 100 tiles, you get an ability point. And the cost required goes up as you explore more, so like obviously you're not just going to be 100 tiles every time. So let's just go ahead and wipe out these. We'll get to those other numbers in a minute. Number 5, Resurrection's Shrine, just recovers any KO'd members. 0-1 is a stare down. So anytime you see a 0-1, that's a down stare. Speed 4 feels fast, but it is... It feels really good when you are, just running around mostly empty floors. And then 0-6 is a healing fountain, so just full HP recovery. 0-7 is Purification Spring, so this recovers poisons. And there you go. If you fully chart a floor, you also get points, so you really want to try and explore every single floor to the best of your abilities. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop off Cespare. We'll pick up Gizo Blanc. I do speed 4 if I'm doing like the X movement, like if I'm doing the auto run just to get through hallways. Because, yeah, it can be a little difficult to line up if you're going at full speed here. So these are all shops. 14, 15, 16, 17. We don't have any money right now, so we can't afford any of these, but a lot of stuff you can buy here. You might notice, offense 100,000. That seems pretty good. The way this game works is a little... It's different. And then obviously this is magic, so this is where you buy your magic spells. Again, very bare bones, like... This game is the epitome of no frills. Yeah, I think you can buy a javelin from the start. Yeah, you can just buy javelins right off the bat. Also, some of these are out of stock. I believe you have to find them first before you can buy them. Javelin's pretty good. Lets you hit multiple targets. Oh, the last one. Yeah, why does this javelin have 375,000 offense? That's actually a good question. Hyper javelin. I almost wonder if maybe they copied and pasted the name. Oops. And then shields and cloaks, they kind of function as you might imagine. Oh, is it like the Final Fantasy Tactics javelins and one is really good? It's very possible. I believe the other person who worked on this was responsible for the Gambit system in FF12. So there's kind of a lot of that DNA in here. But yeah, the town, you don't really have a lot to do here. Let's look at equipment. So every character has PP, hahaha. And this is just basically your equipment cost. Every piece of equipment costs PP. And if you go over your limit, you can't use that gear, basically. So right now, we don't have anything else. She's at 10 out of 11, so she can't equip anything unless it only costs 1. You can actually remove stuff, so like you don't have to have 2 weapons if you don't want to. And it is, in fact, potentially beneficial to do this, which we'll get into later. But for now, let's jump in. I might actually have to put the volume down because I forgot the town music is a lot quieter than the battle music. Alright, welcome to the dungeon. I wasn't kidding when I said this was a very no-frills game. Like, everything here is exactly what you need to play the game and nothing else. Anyways, let's look at how battles work. So, as you might imagine from the guy who invented the ATB system, this game has an ATB system. All weapons deal physical, magical, or HP damage. And every character in the game has a physical, magical defense stat and an HP stat. Physical and magical defenses are basically shields that cover your HP. So for example, broadswords will go after physical defense, so that broadsword will break a physical shield, it'll break physical defense, and it doesn't matter if you only have a single point of physical defense, your broadsword will, like, it won't do any additional damage past breaking the shield. That's all you get. So after you've broken the shield, then you can deal HP damage directly by continuing to attack with that weakness. You can also pass turns if you want to. It is rarely a good idea to do so. You usually want to do something. Also, your physical and magical defenses, they recover after every fight, so the challenge of every fight is not so much like, you know, maintaining your HP. I mean, it is, but it's more how do you kill the enemy without them taking out any of your HP. And then we've got status effects, so Stonebound, you slowly turn into stone. If you finish the fight before Stonebound goes off, then you don't get stoned. Petrified, you get turned to stone, and this is very bad in this game for reasons that we'll get into if we see it. Poison is pretty standard Final Fantasy poison, you reduce HP over time. KO is knocked out. KV'd means that attacks are more likely to miss, so it's like almost being blind. I don't know if Weary... There might be like things that specifically trigger off of Weary, but I haven't found anything yet. Consumed, you can get munched. And then Wandering means you are lost somewhere in the dungeon, and we don't know where. So you actually have the option to play with active or wait mode ATB. I would recommend wait. I would very much recommend using wait mode. Because otherwise you have to play every turn very, very efficiently. So this ghost has both 10 in physical and magic defense and 3 HP. So just... It's floor 1. There's literally, like... They give you some freebies on floor 1. And as you might imagine, you get gold and experience. Let me actually configure my battle speed real quick, because there's no real reason not to have ATB on 4 if you're going on wait mode. The music is... what's it called? All the music in this game is just classical music, but done with, like, guitars. I kind of wish the music had a little more to it than just the guitars. Like, it's not bad, but I kind of wish there was more. So see if you recognize any of the pieces here. You might. We'll leave these for now. Turn those down like 1 notch and that should be good. Yeah, it almost feels like kind of a waste that they got Nobuo Uematsu on this. And then, like, just had guitar tracks. Alright, so here's the ability system. We saw that earlier. You might notice that some of these are white, and we'll eventually start seeing black numbers. Black numbers are battles, white numbers are good events generally, so let's go ahead and grab our exploration ability. So now when we equip this ability, we can actually see where encounters are. And abilities are just, as you might imagine from any other RPG, abilities are abilities. They give you abilities. You have an ability point pool that you get by exploring dungeons, so again, more of a reason to continue exploring everything. So now that we've equipped that ability, we can see where battles are, so we don't even have to worry about random fights. We know exactly where they are. And the cool thing about this game is that every single, like, numbered event is consistent. So we know every time, if we look at our battle log, we haven't run into Battle 01 yet, but if we do this now, we're going to know for the future, every Battle 01 is going to have the same, like, enemy composition. So we can check and see what this is. This is a ghost and a boar. So let's talk about our equipment here, because we've got a couple different stuff here. So magic is not like... You don't have traditional magic. You just have a piece of equipment that says you're doing magic damage. And Maliflux is random damage. So it can do up to 70 damage, but it can also do like 1 damage. So this is the big prizes if you want to do that. So it can potentially do more, but you have to be careful. And again, like character portrait, their starting equipment doesn't matter. It's all based on what they currently have equipped. So you can have Grandpa use swords if you want to, and he will be just as good as with them as the dude with the sword in his portrait picture. They're just classes. They're just templates to build off, basically. Let's swing at the Ghost. And then Malio is guaranteed 40 damage. This is always going to do 40. So we know for 100% sure we will break this Wild Boar's magic defense. And you can see there, like the battle log shows, okay, Etheric Touch, that's a magical attack, so it's going to go against your magical defense. So now since Giselle Blanc has magic, we can attack the Wild Boar and kill it because it doesn't have any more magic defense. Oh, do they have different stats on level up? I thought it was all just equipment, but I could be wrong. Anyways, let's do the hatchet. We probably won't get less than 3 damage, so I feel pretty good about swinging on the Ghost there. Nice, we got an arming sword. So again, we can go ahead and upgrade. Maybe we'll give her the arming sword, because I like having... Oh no, we can't, because that costs 5. So we could give that to Julash or Manasar. Or we could... Remember, you can unequip stuff and get that cost back, so we could give her an arming sword. Although I think for now, I think I'll keep that, and we'll trade up. We can have you do the arming sword here, so that does 60 damage. The offense here, whenever it says fixed amount, that means that it is always going to do 60. So now that we've encountered Battle 01... Actually, I wonder why it's not showing up there. Oh, maybe that just means that you fought it, and then there are, like, battle logs that you can find. Yeah, here we go. So if you find a note, for example, this actually identifies it. So we know now that every Battle 01, that's going to have Wild Boar in it. So you have to go locate the battle logs for the enemies, and then you can learn everything about them. So, for example, we know this boar has 30 defense, 27 magical defense, and then it drops a leather hat and mystery compound A, rarely. The art is really good, yeah. I believe the art is... Who did the art for this game? I want to say it was another Ito. Yeah, the game is all expressed in hexadecimal values. So let's get into another fight here. Now that we got our brand new arming sword. So the goal here, it's kind of like, okay, so we can see here the Ghost is going to attack first. Like, the Wild Boar has some time, so we can actually just use magic on the Ghost, because we know that Giselle Blanc is going to attack before the Ghost will. So if we do Malio, we can go directly for the HP, and we don't even have to worry about the Ghost attacking. And now with Julash, with his beefy arming sword, we can immediately delete the HP, although probably would happen regardless. We got lucky with the hatchet there. I will say the walking animation looks very silly when you're at 4 times speed. Alright, let's go grab our Ghost data. Alright, there we go. So Ghosts can drop arming swords commonly and recruits caps rarely. Yeah, this game is good at telling you everything you need to know and nothing else. Like, it's not going to give you a tutorial box every time you get a piece of new gear or something like that, but it will tell you everything that is important to know. Alright, so that's the staircase down. 01 are stairs down, we remember, so we don't need to go down there yet, because we want to keep exploring the floor. And there is no, like, your equipment doesn't have any kind of durability, there's nothing like that. But there may be a reason not to constantly have your best gear on your best party at all times. Because you remember, if you saw earlier, the listing that showed a bunch of adventurers just kind of wandering and lost in the labyrinth, KO'd or whatever. There's a reason for that. Alright, let's take out this ghost. Yeah, this game actually does have mystery dungeon style rescues where if your party goes down in a dungeon, you don't reload. Like, this game autosaves constantly. Nice, another arming sword. Getting pretty lucky with these drops, actually. Go ahead and, Isablanc actually has a lot of proficiency points, I guess because he's level 2, so let's give that to him. Now Grandpa can be our physical/magical attacker. So 76 more tiles in the next AP. If you look in the top left, you can see 296 out of 310 tiles have been explored. I do really wish there was more music. Like, I know there are additional tracks as you go further in, but I really wish you could hear more than just the one song in the first 10. We'll just do regular swings in. Ghosts are free, so. And it starts off very simple. Like, you might think, oh, this game isn't really deep, though. Like, all you're doing is just doing magic or physical damage against shields. Oh, wow, big deal. But it eventually starts opening up and getting more and more in-depth. Like, I found a gun that does poison damage that bypasses defenses entirely. Alright, so now that we've explored this floor completely, let's go ahead and move on. Oops. AP is used to equip abilities. Also, you might notice that encounters are randomized for every floor. So if you don't like the current layout of a floor's encounters, you can just go up and down stairs and change them. Anyways, let's learn another ability, Withdraw. This is how you run from fights. This one is an active ability, so you have to use this in a fight. It's not guaranteed. So even if you use Withdraw, it is not guaranteed that you're going to get to run away, so do be careful. Let's get another ability point. Yeah, this game is just like bare bones, pure game. The other cool thing I like about the ability to see the encounters is the fact that you can actually wait until you find data on the enemies before you actually do them. So for example, we can learn, okay, this Killer Mantis is going to drop a mace in a mystery compound, has way less magical than physical defense. But yeah, like this game is just everything you need to play a video game with everything else stripped out. Like they could, you know, they could make a beautiful 3D model of all the labyrinths and stuff and all that stuff, but this game is not for those people. A lot of people are probably going to be turned off in this game because of the graphics, I understand. But I think for the people who are willing to kind of look into it and really dig deep... Ah, here we go. Skeleton. So, physical defense 43, magical defense 39, HP 1. That's important. So I'm gonna show you a little secret here, chat. We're gonna do a move here. We're gonna give her a. I'm actually gonna give her the arming sword because if you have an empty hand, you can do you can do a bare-handed attack. Because if you remember earlier, I told you about reasons to not have gear equipped in both hands, and there's a reason for that. Oh, come on. I should probably slow down the speed a little bit when I'm doing that. Okay, we don't have the skeleton this time. Yeah, we can Malio down the wild boar. We're not going to kill the hellhound. Alright, let's go ahead and use the arming sword. Now, again, the goal here is to achieve Exacxies if possible, so hellhounds... They have just enough HP to get past a single arming sword hit, so it's not as good, but it is possible. And you might notice, hey, unarmed. Wait a minute, it doesn't say specifically physical or magical. That's because it goes after the HP directly. So remember, skeletons have 1 HP. And again, remember, the only thing that loses HP is attacks that attack it directly, or attacks that are hitting your defense that has been removed completely. So, for example, Malio will kill the wild boar. And then I think we should be able to kill the hellhound before it attacks. We're gonna go after physical because it doesn't have any more defense there. So you're gonna have to, like, modify your strategies constantly because you'll find stuff that seems busted at first, but then you'll find enemies that it either doesn't work on. For example, there are flying enemies that cannot be hit with physical attacks unless they're like guns or crossbows or whatever. Or enemies that you might think, oh man, but I've got magic damage that hits everything. This is incredible. I'm just gonna use this. And then you fight a party of wizards that all start with the reflect status, which will annihilate your party if you try and do that. Ooh, llamas. Can we handle this fight? This might be a good use case for running, because Lamias can be pretty mean. Yeah, let me try running. Nope, couldn't do it. Come on. Oh, come on, please. Please! I beg you. Yeah, Mind Leech goes after your HP directly. Okay. No physical defense, though, that's right. Again, some enemies start with different stats. So you could just, you know, swing in directly at the Lamia if you wanted to. I'm going to try and play it safe. Okay, this formation is not nearly as mean, so we could probably handle this one. We'll poke the Lamia, get her down to arming sword range, and now we can get the kill. The biggest thing for me is having the multiple killer mantises. I don't want to deal with multiple physical attacks, and then also hitting my... Oh, I should have used Malio there. That was a mistake. Misplay, misplay. Epic fail. There we go. Yeah, unless you're using one of the weapons that do random damage, you always know what you're going to do. Alright, we got some level up, so the only thing that changes on level up is HP and PP. Haha. Everything else is determined by your equipment. And you'll notice here, it actually, if you highlight a piece of equipment, it actually tells you what it does. So this one is fixed damage, it always does 30. Physical, melee, single target. And these are random attacks, so you potentially can do a lot more. Or you can potentially do, like, one. Yeah, the music is one of the few complaints I have with the game. I really do wish there was a little more to the music than just the guitars. We can actually recover some HP, but I'm going to run back to the town real quick. Like, as much as a lot of people will just say, you know, turn it off and put on your own music, I feel like that isn't a great answer. Oh, you have 31 HP. Alright, fine. We'll get the ghost down. But yeah, all these, like, every song in the game, to my knowledge, is a rearrangement of classical music. At the very least, I wish you could have the full pool of music open from the start. Yeah, exactly, like, even just, like, percussion or something else. I think there's, like, one battle track in the game that adds an acoustic guitar, but that's it. Alright, let's go buy some weapon. Bastard sword. I almost feel like the classical music was chosen not because of Catherine, but because Uematsu probably was heavily inspired. Like, let's go back to this, back to the main floor here. Let's listen to the intro. Like, it sounds very similar to the Final Fantasy I shop theme. Very similar progression, so I almost wonder if this is kind of like Uematsu saying, hey, here's the stuff I was inspired by, maybe you'll enjoy it too. Let's see, what can we buy? Because we could buy some spicier magic. You can also do random damage to all enemies. But again, you might think, oh man, 500 damage, that's cool, but then it's not always 500. There are actually like consistent AoE damages, but I guess they don't sell in the shop immediately. Or this might not show up in the shop at all. Let's go buy weapon. So I do want to buy a javelin. Having AoE physical is pretty nice. It also does decent damage. It does 60 offense, so it's already stronger than our, what's it called? It's already stronger than the arming sword just because it hits everything. Yeah, let's give her the javelin. Yeah, I noticed there was something like shop items, so I'm assuming that you have to beat enemies for them to show up in the shop or something. But you can buy some stuff right off the bat, like you don't have to go in. Eventually we'll probably want to buy some bows. These will be useful for an enemy type that'll show up later. But for now, this is fine. Alright, javelin, I think we're good. Oh, they have a shop drop, interesting. Wasn't there... I was gonna say, yeah, here we go. I think I already used this, but in the other floor, but I like to make sure. But yeah, the numbers get very, very high eventually. Alright, let's keep moving on. I remember where the staircase is, there it is. I wouldn't mind if the dungeons themselves had music as well, like when you're walking around on the map, all you hear are just like atmospheric noise. Just like drips, stuff like that. Now, let's see if we can finish charting this map with our brand new javelin. Ah, here we go, skeleton, skeleton, skeleton. Fine work. So again, we could fight against the magic defense. Or we could just pop it directly in the face and deal 1 HP of damage directly and bypass all of it. Probably, it's not so much grinding for, like, levels, it's probably more like looking for gear. One sec, I'm just tabbing out to check something, and this game pauses when you go out a window. But again, remember that now that we've gotten to these fights and we've got the data, we know. Number 7, that's a skeleton fight. That's where the skeletons live. Some cases you get a full squad of skeletons. This is possible. Damn, I can't pop any physical defenses here. Many skeletons. This guy's the bone of my sword. My skull! I need that. Alright, we can at least kill one. Now the problem is I have my one party member that also has the one single target attack that bypasses it with the javelin as well. Yeah, we could do a javelin and kill one. Yeah, I think we'll javelin here. So now we have broken all the physical defense, which means we just gotta swing in. I am the bone of my sword or something. But like again, there's no long drawn out animations. Ooh, Mystery Compound A. What is it for? It's a mystery. Like, there's no big drawn-out animations, there's no, nothing really that wastes a ton of your time. I love my mom and her multi-hit javelin. Where... There's one more tile on this map, and I think it's an encounter that I didn't step on last time. The question is, where was it? This is gonna kill me if I don't find it. Where are you? There you are. Oh, 3 points. Again, you wanna explore floors whenever you can. Might be pushing my luck a little bit, but let's go down again. I feel like you don't have to grind nearly as much as in, like, Etrian Odyssey on the first few floors. So I remember playing, like, Etrian Odyssey 3, and, like, you would spend so long on floor 1 just because you couldn't really do much for more than, like, a minute in the labyrinth before having to return back for supplies and recover your HP and stuff. I want to move towards that event. Hellhounds. But yeah, like, the goal here is getting a good set of gear and building a party that uses it well, as opposed to just leveling up to get skill points. Alright, let's kill some skellies. I actually played that Toho Labyrinth game. I wasn't a huge fan of it. It felt like it was really reliant on grinding. Yeah, Hellhounds, it feels like they are specifically designed to avoid Xaxes. Oh, my old man! Alright. Ramp it down, ramp it down. So, KO, not a huge problem. Because obviously, you know, they're KO'd, they can't act and all that stuff, but we can bring him back to a Resurrection Shrine and he'll be good as new. Or, what you could do if you just think, nah, he's gonna be a problem, just dump him. Throw him back in the Labyrinth. He'll hang out. So, remember what I said earlier about some people are in the Labyrinth? If you want, you can just drop people off in the maze. They'll stay there as long as you want. So if we go back to this tile again later on, we can pick him back up. So right now it's in our best interest to save him, but you can in fact like have a squad of people. Oh, there's one right here. Nice. Is it 5? Yeah, here we go. Grandpa's back. You can in fact just have people chilling in the maze as opposed to at home base if you want to. And there are teleporters and stuff as well. You don't have to go from floor 1 every time. Yum. Oh, give me those tiles. Yum, yum, yum. I'm playing Pac-Man right now. Yeah, Petrified is a different story. Petrified is very bad, at least early on. Stairs down. Let's go grab that one event, because I think this is another... Math Riddle! Yeah, you could leave a character specifically designed for specific sections and just have them clean it out for you if you want to. Alright, so this one's pretty simple. If you remember the coordinate system for where you are, just 6, 17, 25. So we can solve this when we get down to floor 6. You don't have to write this down. The game will log every event for you, every event in battle. So we now know, okay, event 20, that's a math riddle. And remember, this is hexadecimal, so it's like base 16 or whatever. But it's all in the menu anyways. And there are multiple math riddles, as you might see. Math and map riddles. What is a Meowitzer? We don't know. But it sounds incredible. Mega Malafluxara. This is 99 floors, yeah. So the game doesn't really hide anything from you, but some of the things you will have to find on your own. Including the esoteric message, the secret journals for the spin-off in Kingdom Hearts. Did you know this game is canon to Kingdom Hearts? There's the randomness amount of mana flux. Sometimes it does like 70, sometimes it just does nothing. Anyways, goodbye, Wild Boar. I'm not joking. Who's joking? Now, unfortunately, we could gamble on Maliflux, but it is not super likely that we're going to break it. Although at this point, we just kind of swing in. And again, it doesn't matter if you have 1 physical defense, and if they hit you for 1 billion damage for physical, it'll protect you. Is there a formula or a range for random damage weapons? Yes. Where is it? So here we go, Maliflux. 70, that is the maximum. That's it. It can do... I don't know if it ever does 0 damage, but it can do up to 70. And that's how it works. Skeleton! I do wish Hellhounds had, like, 60 HP exactly. That'd be perfect. Meowitzer is very good. Oh, my skull! The nice thing is that the way the defense system works in this game, you can actually get away with not upgrading your gear immediately. Like, it is not as critically important as in compared to, like, you know, Etri and Odyssey, that you have to upgrade your gear. No, you really want this gear upgraded. If your tactics are solid enough, you can actually get away with not doing it. This kind of sucks. I don't know that I like those aquaweeds. I think we Maliflux here, because this should at least put it down to kill range if we don't kill here. Oh my god. Or it could do... Oh right, these guys attack HP directly, that's why I don't like them. Right. Let's just finish that one off. But yeah, like, there is no weighted... Obviously, you know, you'll have a higher chance of doing more damage the bigger the range is, but it is still random. Javelin. I can't kill... Yeah, I can't kill, but I can at least... do slightly more damage. Enemies also use random damage here and there too. So sometimes they'll wild out and destroy you, sometimes they'll just do nothing. Okay, this mantis gotta go, because it's about to attack. And then let's take out Aquaweed. Yeah, this, again, I don't think a lot of people are going to know about this game. It's probably not going to win, like, you know, Game of the Year or anything, but I think for the people who are into this kind of stuff, ooh, Maliflux too, it is going to be, like, right up their alley. Can I give you guys anything better? I could give you a hatchet. Oh no, you have an arming sword. What am I doing? Right, I didn't have enough PP for it. Right, that's why. We could be upgrading here. Yeah, this game is just, like, pure video game. There is technically a story. Nobody cares about it, though. Let's give you Maliflux 2. So Maliflux 2 can do up to 230 damage. So on average, we're looking at about 115, which is not bad. But obviously not something you want to do if you have to absolutely guarantee you're going to kill something. Lamias can drop leather armor, which would be real nice, but that is a rare drop. And I know there's an ability coming up that is tremendously useful. Oh, might as well get this tile. Get them all. Skellyman! Hey, could you leave her alone, please? I can at least soften them up, so we can get the javelin kill and break all their physical defense. Nothing incredible I can really do here. Like, I could break magic defense, but I don't have any good, like, multi-target magic, so I think we just kind of... just soften it up. And as much as I would love to do the, you know, the old the unarmed thing and destroy them, it'd be a lot safer just do this. Okay. Skeletons are being nice today, they're not all concentrating a single person. Let's attack you, because you're about to attack. Oh, nice. I think this is better than what you start with. I think you start with, like, a recruit robe or something. Okay, another level up. Even the victory jingle, that's also, like, a classical piece. What does that give me? Oh, nice. So this increases your speed, so this is actually really good for getting more attacks in. Let's give that to Laulagi. Laulagi. The speed is also a consideration since this is an ATB-based game. Where's Battle Aid again? Alright, Aquaweed and Mantis. I haven't healed Grandpa yet. We have a pretty good chance of killing with Maliflux at least, so let's go for that. Okay. That's the biggest threat down. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so we can kill a Mantis and break out the other defense here. Can't get a kill on this turn, but it's not going to do anything to us this turn. Is there... I don't think there's a healing fountain on this floor. Okay, so yeah, these are the last 5 tiles. There are enemies on them, but it's not a huge deal. Wait, Etrian Odyssey takes place in Canada? Spoilers! Okay, I can't kill the Hellhound, but I can at least kill the boar. And now we can just swing in and win. More mystery compounds. You'll love to see it. You simply love to... Oh no, there was a healing fountain on this floor. There we go. Alright. Oh, 6 skeletons. This could be a problem. I feel like this is a withdraw situation. It also deletes encounters when you run away, so it's not like you have to worry about stepping on that tile again. Alright, done with this floor. On to floor 4. I think one more? Was it 6 or 5? I think it was 6. That had the math riddle. Okay, it was floor 6. Not quite there yet. But again, the cool thing is that since they have this, like, the data that you can find beforehand, you can kind of, like, pre-plan battles based on what you already know, rather than having to learn everything on the fly. Which I think is pretty cool. Treasure! Sometimes you just find items sitting around. Purification spring, we're not poisoned. Ideally, I want to try and get everything without having to get into all the fights. I like to try and scout out the floors before I start jumping into battles, if possible. For example, we can get our dog data. Dogs drop pith helmets. There's different classifications of armor, like there's light and heavy. And I believe light armor increases your speed but doesn't give as much defense. Also, this isn't like a secret wall, but I believe there are skills that let you jump. But eventually you can just kind of jump one tile wide gaps like that. Let's get our map data. Need to find more abilities. These maps are not randomly generated, by the way. They're always the same. Right now we don't have any map abilities. We'll get some eventually. It's not terribly important to have all the points right now, but it will be good later on. The game's tied you over until the 5-pixel remaster. I'm looking forward to 5. I know I've already played it like a billion times, but it'll be nice to have it on a platform with like good sprite art. Let's see. Okay, we can... I think there's an ability around here. No, there's another note. Not gore. There's a specific type of enemy that shows up in here that is a real pain in the butt. I don't remember what the encounter numbers for it are, though. I think there are multi-square rooms. I saw, like, trailers here and there. And there were a few that did have them. So, like... Okay, I think we can handle 2 Lamias. Yeah, plus we have the Javelin and they don't have any physical defense. Ideally, I get a few more drops and I don't have to go all the way back to the surface. Oh, speak of the devil. Oh, this is actually... I think this is the multi-target. I think Maliare is the multi-magic. Yeah, here we go. So Maliare does 55 magic damage to everybody. So that'll be real nice for helping round out my damage output. Also, magic avoids the problem of physical damage where you can't hit flying enemies, but the Hellhounds continue to be avoiding Exaxes in every way, shape, and form. Because they have, like, 62 physical and 56 magical, which is just 1 over what Maliare does. Ideally, you shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I'm kind of being a dum-dum here. You should just be focusing on a single defense rather than trying to equalize them. Levels are extra HP and equipment capacity, basically. Apparently, there are also slight stat differences as people level up. Like, some people have a little bit more HP or PP, but it's largely inconsequential. Like, eventually we'll get into stuff like shields, which, like, just give you a chance to no-sell an attack entirely. Shields, and I think there's also, like, magical cloaks, which do the same thing, but for magic. So here we go. Now that we're fighting the Aqua Weeds and we have the multi-target magic skill, that's a lot easier to take them on. No, healing events can be done whenever you want. They never run out, they never run dry. And you can sit right outside a healing fountain and grind your butt off if you really want to. I should probably get that tile. The one thing I really like about this game is the fact that it's not random encounters. Unless you don't equip the ability they very clearly telegraph to you, hey, you should pick this up at the start of the game. I don't know. Random chance to do up to 230 damage. Can we do 1 damage, chat? Do we think we can do 1 damage? I think we can do 1 damage. Also remember, this game doesn't have, like, save points. It is always auto-saving because of the way the party mechanics work. If, okay, my phone just went off, like, 10 friggin' times. Remember, if your party goes down, like, if your entire party dies, the game isn't over. You have to get a new party to go and rescue them. So again, there is a reason not to load up your best party with all of your best gear. This might be a turn-off for some people. You might not like it. But if you're into, like, dungeon crawlers and this kind of stuff, you'll probably have a pretty good time with this game, I think, as long as you're not the type of person who demands, like, incredible graphics and everything. Yeah, I feel like this game would be, like, the perfect podcast game, like, just chill out, put on something else. Because you never have to think, oh man, is Giselblanc gonna betray us at some point? Is Manasar gonna be spying on us? It's just game. It is just game. Game and not else. Actually, the enemies are being really nice. But yeah, I do have some gripes with the game. Ooh, Battleflux 2 again. Like, the biggest one, I think, for me is probably the music. Just the fact that you only hear the one song per like, clump of floors. Stratum, if you want to call it, like, Etrian Odyssey terms. I definitely would not mind more variety in the music. And again, you know, you can put on your own music, but that should never be a solution to a problem. Let me actually dip down real quick. I wonder if there are any quick abilities I can pick up here. So I wouldn't mind if I could dip in. I think I should be getting Lesser Dissension soon. Some point around here anyways. Is that it? No, that's alligator data. That's Gata data. Then Inquiris. Purification Spring. I'm trying to avoid getting into encounters because there is one specific enemy that is a real problem. This is why the game is called Dungeon Encounters, because you encounter things in a dungeon. Wizard data. Downloaded. So these guys start with Reflect, by the way. So you can't just do the old, I'm gonna multi-target everything. No, the wizards will destroy you. For your own hubris. Ah, here we go. So there's a weirdly inaccessible cross of tiles there up there. How do we get to that? I wonder. There's a staircase up, but there's no staircase down. The answer will appear as soon as we find this guy. So this ability lets you go directly down even if there isn't a staircase. The big thing is that there has to be an available tile below you. So like if you're on the floor 4, for example, and you try to go to floor 5 and there isn't anything below you, you can't go. Not allowed. But if you remember this weird tile, this weird cross of inaccessible tiles here, they're about to be accessible real soon. I just have to get back to the staircase. And again, I'm trying not to get into too many fights because I don't want to run the risk of getting petrified. There are enemies here that start using Petrify, and being petrified in this game is very bad. Alright, so ideally we want to get this right the first time, so let me actually check real quick. Dial in the numbers. I know we haven't been here. I know this isn't where the cross is. I just want to grab these tiles while they're open. Not gonna go down to the next floor yet. Where is it? Okay, here we go. So, 3747. So if we go over 2, that would be 49. So ideally we want to be at 49, X49, and then Y... 4149. That's what we're looking for. And then we can start, like, kind of poking around there. So 4149, remember that, chat? Because I probably won't. We can use Lesser Dissension as soon as we equip the ability in the first place. Fortunately, there's an ability station right here. Alright, so we got 7 uses. Again, remember you use these Adventurer's Rest to recover your ability uses, so you just do that. Alright, so 4149. Also, there's a cross here. I forgot they mark it out for you, even. Alright, so. We got Mithridate. Now we're immune to poison as soon as we equip that. Very useful skill. You should probably get this skill. Here we go. Because poison, remember, it goes after your HP directly. It doesn't care about your defenses. So being immune to it is real nice. I was debating if I want to do a run back up to the surface again and grab some armor. Because right now we're still mostly rocking the default gear, and that is not the best. Slap. I love that move. Again, the game will never tell you, like, hey, you can do this. Here's a tutorial about it. It gives you all the info you need, and nothing else. It lets you figure everything out for yourself. So, like, that little cross puzzle, if this was a different dungeon crawler, it probably would have been like, hey, maybe we could use this ability nearby and get down the stairs. It's all for you to figure out. And obviously, again, the graphics will probably turn off some people, or the lack of graphics, I guess. You do have a different character model depending on who's leading. If you want to have a different avatar, you can do that. I don't think there's any kind of, like, I don't believe there's, like, an enmity system based on who's leading. Oh, look at this dude run around with a little stick. Look at him. So it's not like other games where they're more likely to target, like, the first slot in your party. That tornado's carrying a car. Whoa! Also, you eventually get an ability called Lesser Ascension, which lets you go up whenever there isn't a staircase there. But for now, we gotta walk. Yeah, I think we'll go back up to the surface, grab some items. Ideally, I want to have a decent base group to start with, and then start working on rounding out my party. Now, this grandpa has a hell of a style. Okay. So this is magic defense. I don't think there's anything that gives both physical and magic defense, so you kind of have to either balance them out or make sure that whoever has the magic is not getting hit by physical, or vice versa. Buy some leather clothing and some leather hats. Nothing fancy, just get our numbers a little bit higher. Because this also increases our speed, which means we get to attack a little faster. Let's give Grandpa some clothing as well. She doesn't have anything better than the cap right now, so... for the recruit stuff. Everybody at least now has 170 defense, and then somebody else can have double up. I might just want to give her Malflux too. Oh no, wait, we can't give that to her yet. Never mind. Alright, she can have the leather hat then. Oh, she can't have the leather hat. Never mind. Okay, either Grandpa or Manasar has to have it, I think. Let's give it to Grandpa because he has the lowest speed right now. Oh no, he already has the hat. Alright then. Manasar, congratulations. You get to wear the hat. And again, remember, you get to eventually unlock teleporters and stuff. I use Lesser Dissension a couple times, just trying to freebird a tile down. It doesn't give you an indicator. I guess if you were enough of a pervert, you could map out the entire lower floor just by using Lesser Dissension and seeing whether or not it shows up, but whatever. Yeah, no, it's literally just a stick. Like, what is Grandpa's deal? When the wind howls at night, the rector often dreams of the daughter taken from him in the war. She was but a child, and had he taught her to run and hide, it might have been different. The tragedy of her loss drove him to found the academy, so that men and women from all walks of life might hold the strength to defend those who they hold dear. He's seen many off to battle, but senses the day draws that he himself must take up arms. In truth, a part of him yearns for it. He should probably start by equipping something that isn't a stick. Yeah, thankfully it doesn't eat the use if you fail Lesser Dissension. No, that is a down staircase. Have we? Oh, here's another thing. You can actually view every, like, floor stat, so you don't have to go up to a floor to see how much you've mapped of it. And yeah, 99 floors. Floor 97 only has 39 tiles on it for some reason. Not sure why. Feel like that might be a special event floor or something. Okay, so we want to go down to floor 5, so let's try and get one more down here. It's only 39 tiles. That's free ability points, basically. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, please. Ryan, hit the yoinky sploinky. By the time I find a tile, I'm going to be at the staircase anyways. Yeah, I think we're basically at the staircase now anyways. Yeah, there it is. Alright, fine, we'll walk. Alright, let's soften up the mantises so we can kill everybody in one shot with Giza Blanc here. Not quite enough to kill the aquaweeds, unfortunately. Again, aquaweeds are priority 1 just because they attack HP directly. And Giza Blanc is next. Yeah, we can kill this turn anyways. Just gotta make sure we use Maliare. There we go. A little more PP to play around with. Ha 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 ha. Let's recover our ability uses too. Alright, we got like 30 tiles to find here. Let's finish charting out this floor. Have I done OE yet? No. There's an alligator in this fight, and that's all I know about it. Yo, you switching out to Sir Cat? The reason I missed that one tile is probably because there was a battle on it last time. Also, there's a shark! There's a shark and there's also bears. So here's Wizard. They will reflect you. This is bad. For a number of reasons. Thankfully, Javelin does not get reflected. So if I use Maliare right now, somebody will take 55 damage, and I don't know who. Oh no, the cross is a different... The cross is just a treat you can get if you connect the dots and realize, I can use my Descend skill to go down here. I think I can... Yeah, I can put the Black Bear in kill range here, at least. Because he's got the Arming Sword, which will do 60. Oh! That was a big Maleflux stem. Alright, I want to take this Wizard out if possible. Oh, Giza Blanc's gonna take some damage now. Okay, I can kill the Wizard. I would like to Maliare, but it could reflect and kill him instead, so we're not gonna do that. And I think... probably better go for Maleflux 2 here. Ideally, we kill the shark. Okay, nice. I really wish I had, like, another Javelin. I should have bought one. Yeah, I want to say the game is, like, 20% off. It's not, like, a super expensive game. It's, like, 25 bucks, I think. It is very much designed from the ground up to be, like, a budget title. I think we have to go through here to fight these guys, or to get these tiles. We can go from around, though. The biggest thing is just having, like, a good route to a healing fountain if possible, because Grandpa took a little bit of damage there. I think we can get there from here. Oop, I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, we'll have to do one fight, but it's better than doing two. Black bears and sharks! Encounters only respawn when you leave the floor. So, as long as you don't leave the floor, you can kind of, like, clear it out entirely. Let's see if we can kill a shark. Nice. And that'll do 40. It's not gonna kill. I'm gonna break the black bear defense. We'll go for a magic attack this time. Except for, right, Lalagi still can't equip. She might actually be able to use something now. She leveled up. I could give her, like, some kind of magic. Yeah, the Surtcat art is very good. Alright, if we don't kill with this Maleflux, I am actually going to poop. Good. God, what would be the odds on that? Probably like under a... It would be under 1%, I think. Oh, no drops. Hey, there we go. So next floor we can actually solve the first math riddle. And I think we're going to do that. Oh no, wait, those are ascending, not descending. There... I don't remember if there was a healing fountain on this floor or not. I don't think there is, or at least not close by. Let's just use Dissension and see if we can find any tile to go down. It would be nice if it, like, lit up when you could use it. Alright, here we go. Floor 6. The mystery zone. Actually... yeah, here it is. I was going to say, this is right about where the solution is. Hell yeah. So for all that trouble, we get a powder gun. We could actually give that to the Loggy, I think. Oh, I constantly am in a state of being one under, or one over for her. So powder guns give you a guaranteed poison as long as it hits. And it's ranged, so you can hit things that are flying. Oh, I really wish she could use that. Like, I could give her worse armor, but it wouldn't be great. Maybe I swap out her Malio? No, she can't use it either. Yeah. Everybody is like one under being able to use it. I'm gonna give her Maliflux just because at this point the odds of doing damage with Maliflux are about the same. With getting the same amount of damage you would get with Malio. Sounds like I'm saying Mario. Well, sharks drop javelins. That'll be good to have. This battle is literally OD. Alright, that's how you get back up, so I wasn't actually too far away from the entrance. It is very funny to see, like, the trailer for this game. It feels like they really leaned in on the, like, minimalistic, no-frills aesthetic. Alright. I want to say there's a healing fountain on this floor. Like, again, I like to try and explore the floors as much as I possibly can before starting to get into fights. Just because a lot of times you can get information on what you're going to be running into. But I think here we're going to have to just start getting into some fights now. Wait a minute. Alright, this area's blocked off. Alright, let's do some fights. Ah, here we go. So first flying enemy shows up, gargoyles. Cannot be hit with physicals. So arming sword is no good here. We could do Exacxies with the alligator though and have Lolagi finish off with the javelin. Miss Maliare. Okay, so Lolagi should be able to act before the alligator or wild boar do, which means I should be... yeah, I think I want to break armor here first. And then I can have her use javelin. Also, javelins, like spears, don't work for, oh, goodbye, Grandpa. Spears do not work for flying enemies either. Still considered melee. If only I had a gun. Okay. We got enough to break. Please don't kill Julash. Alright. I think here we kill the bear because it is literally about to swing in. Now we're just going to use as much magic as we got here. Oh, 33. I wonder if I can hit the gargoyle unarmed. Oh my god, you can. Wait, you can punch a gargoyle with your fists, but you can't hit it with a sword. That's so weird. Why am I getting the worst rolls on Maliflux now? What's going on? I'm taking emotional damage. It could be the Ramza thing. Yeah, you just throw a rock. Ooh, free leather hat. That's good to find. Let's give this to one of our alive people, huh? Well, it's not like you can use the gun, so... Can you use, like, any magic? No, it's all too much without the hat. Don't ask how Grandpa can continue to lead the party. Yeah, the gun causes poison. And it's a guaranteed poison as long as the enemy does not, like, explicitly resist it. There are some chance-based status effects, though. Well, we could have just gone around this way. I'm a dum-dum. Alright, here we go. So there are some ways to recover your HP in fights during this game, but in the middle of a fight in this game, but it is really hard to find. Oh, here we go. Ran right into a healing spring and a resurrection spring. Hell yeah. There we go, Grandpa's back in. It's also ranged, so you can use it against gargoyles and such. I don't remember if gargoyles resist poison. They might. They might. Alright, there's the staircase down. Now that we're close to a healing fountain, I don't feel bad about. Oh no, not sculptures. These guys are problems. Oh wait, Giza Blanc isn't healed. I guess I did it in the wrong order. I guess you don't heal with full HP. Okay. Let's try that again. Withdraw. Out. Out of here. Out of here, it's fine. But yeah, those sculptures infect petrification, which is very, 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 very bad. Because it acts like KO, except that the party member cannot come with you. When a party member gets petrified, you have to leave them there. Like, you cannot carry around a statue with you. KO party member? Sure, just carry him. Statue? No, we're not doing that. So, don't get petrified if you can help it. Okay, Moliare would be a little scary here. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the wizard to bring it down to Exaxie's range so I can use Javelin. You can unpetrify party members, but it is very, very bad, especially early on. Actually, the unpetrification stuff is another problem I have. Because you find these shrines called Gorgon shrines that let you unpetrify party members wherever they are in the dungeon. But you have to, like, manually dial the numbers to where they got petrified, which is a little obnoxious because the data is in a menu, like, 2 clicks away. But, like, the fact that you have to dial it in every time is a bit of a pain in the ass. I'm assuming there will eventually be, like, an immunity to petrification skill that shows up. But it doesn't feel good. I would much rather just have it say, hey, which party member do you want to unpetrify? Yeah, honestly, it kind of... It's one of the few things that I feel is just more frustrating than clever design in this game. Alright, let's take out the wizard so we can finally start using all-target magic and stuff. Let's see if we can kill the gargoyle. Actually, I probably should have killed the bear. That's alright, we'll be fine, we can tank these hits. Yeah, let's hit that gargoyle. This will finish off the bear. And hopefully Maliflux wants to do damage today. It didn't. Maliflux, you okay? There you go. That's how you do it. Keep getting these dog do rolls from Manaflux. It's painful. Okay, maybe now she can use the gun. She cannot use the gun. Oh, right, because she equipped the hat. I do want to give her a second weapon because the unarmed strategy is not always the best strategy. We can give the hat to one of the other guys instead. Actually, I think Julosh is the only one who can use it. You will be very, very wary of these guys, these sculptures. They're problems. Do not let them perceive you, because they will be a pain. Alligators! It's a malaliability, exactly. Exacxies. Yeah, let's take down the alligators. The wild boar isn't as much of a threat here. And then we can hit the wild boar with some magic here. Cool. Juke raids down. Let's just use the arming sword and take out the wild boar, because I don't like Maliflux and how it's been performing. Yeah, like, it's not a super complex game. It's very, very simplistic. It's not like there aren't a billion pages of stats to memorize. You don't have to memorize, like, every single thing something does. Oh, wow. An Aquarius and a leather hat. That's nice. Like, everything is told to you in the equipment screen. All your data is there, so you know the broadsword is always going to do 30 damage. I might actually want to give him a hatchet. Or I could give him, like, fixed single... Okay, this one lowers your speed, but gives you mad physical defense. I think I want to give that to him, actually. Plus it gives him the number that is very funny. Extremely funny. Yeah, it's dungeon encounters. You run into encounters in the dungeon. That's it. That's all you do. My ATB, no. Ah, you missed. And yeah, that's... The, Hiroyuki Ito is the guy who kind of directed this game and kind of patented... Not patented, but came up with the ATB system. And you can see a lot of the influence here, like a lot of classic Final Fantasy design. But it's also, like, very, very meat and potatoes. I almost wonder if... Maybe going for poison might have been better on the wizards there. Oof. Let's take out that wizard. While the wizards are up, most of my magic options are a bit of a problem here. We can bring them down to kill range here. But yeah, the minimum damage, it would be nice if you could make it higher somehow. I don't know, maybe that is a thing down the line. Let's kill that wizard. Hey. That's powder gun. Thank you for the follow. And again, it is guaranteed as long as you hit. Or as long as the enemy doesn't resist it. So, if you have the poison gun, you can apply poison. Now, I'm not sure if the poison is, like, percentage-based. I think it might be. And poison is damage, like, over time with the ATB ticks, so it's not like whenever they take their turn or something like that. But yeah, the fact that it's just, like, so gameplay concentrated, it's not like... There are no situations where it's like, okay, that time to sit here for 10 minutes and watch a cutscene. Also, this is a little terrifying. Yeah, let's get Moliare. Death roll is not the scary skill, by the way. I believe the sculptures are immune to the powder gun, so don't waste your time. Oh, we might lose someone here. That sculpture is about to attack. Yeah, like, it's a lot of little tweaks here and there that just make the game more enjoyable to play, but at the same time, like, it is still very much a dungeon crawler. Okay, let's kill this other alligator. Yeah, these are just evolved objet d'art. Alright, let's break the magic defense here and we can start punching these sculptures and hopefully kill them. I'm being real lucky here, they're not using Petrify at all. Although I have all these multi-target attacks, but not like a great way to deal with guaranteed damage. I need to bank on killing the sculpture. Please, Malflux. Hey, it came through in my time of need. Not so much that time. But it's at least in kill range, so it's not a huge problem. The other cool thing is that it's not like... The game is less about conserving resources, like the loop of, okay, I've used up all my MP, time to go back to town and heal up. Yeah, PD and MD are basically shields for your HP. So the battle, like, the loop is less about, okay, do I go back to town before I run out of MP, and it's more like, okay, how do I do these fights as efficiently as possible? Because, like, there are no really dedicated healing weapons, as far as I can tell. Like, there's the healing ability. I need to equip that. Oh, no, I have it. But, for the most part, like, you're just... It's just, like, pure gameplay. You just have to worry about strategizing. So as long as they don't hit your HP directly, you can be, as reckless as you want. How many more tiles do we have? 9 more. Like, there's no real cost to using your best abilities, so you can just kind of use whatever the best equipment is for what you currently have at that point in time. Oh, I don't like this encounter. Yeah, I don't like the 2 wizards, because then I can't really use my multi-target effectively. Don't like that. Could you all stop being godlike on your RNG, please? Please let me withdraw, please. It would be very poggers if you let me withdraw. Attention, fellow gamers. I'm in danger. I don't know if withdrawing is based on, like, enemy count chance or stuff like that. Oh, God. Okay, now they rolled a 1. Good. There we go. Whew. Touching cloth a little bit there. Let's heal up because we took some HP damage. And yeah, that's the other thing. Like, as long as you have the 1 point of defense, you can block any attack with it. A lot of the strategy is based around, like, getting exactsies if possible. Okay, here we can actually just kind of swing in. That's a gargoyle, so we're not going to be... Let's try and break the shield if we can. Hey, got there. I think we can poison these guys. Yeah, you can. Question is it going to die before its turn rolls around again? I don't think it will. Yeah, let's just double tap it. A little bit of a wasted turn. Oh my god, please. Fine, you know what? Fine. Yeah, there's a good chunk of characters. Let's poison the bear. I think it must be percentage-based. Oh, I didn't mean to poison the bear, or not attack the bear. I meant to hit alligator. Damn. I held down circle too long. The characters are... They're not... It's not like you unlock them. You have to physically go and pick them up in the dungeon. Like, let me show you what I mean. Ooh, free crossbow. That's really good. So when you look at your party list, like your character list, when you see 0, 0, 50, 50, that means they're at floor 1 in the main base. And then this is obviously your party, so this is where they are right now. But then you've got, you know, this guy, he's on floor 2, Y92, X93. So if you actually go to that tile in the dungeon, you can go and pick him up and bring him into your party. But you do need space for him. And then everybody else is still wandering, so we can't really find them yet. But eventually, like, yeah, I'm assuming you'll just go and pick them up as you do everybody else. But, you know, they don't give you the level 87 guy right out of the bat. That'd be a little silly. Also, Sir Cat. Gotta find Sir Cat. If I can use that crossbow at all. How much damage does that do? 190 is actually quite good. Yeah, maybe I'll give that. I feel like poison might not be super useful for these quick fights at the start. Yeah, also petrified, you have to unpetrify them, which we could actually do real soon. Because I think the Gorgon Shrine is on the next floor. Is that my last tile? That's my last tile. Let's go grab that. Because being able to delete these gargoyles is going to be really nice. Crossbows will hit flying enemies. Crossbows or, you know, guns. Let's see if we can do a cheeky shield break on the bear. Not quite. So I want to use Maliar. It might hit Lalagi. I'm going for it. Frick it. Of course it hit Lalagi. Of course it did. I gambled and I lost. Alright, they're going after Grandpa now. Because Reflect only lasts one, like it only stops one attack, so if you manage to break that, or you could use like a really weak magic attack, and just bounce it and not be in trouble. Okay, but seriously, let's delete that bear, please. Hey, got there. That's a really nice find. Crossbow's really good damage. Because we haven't been really upgrading our gear too much. It also feels like the gear progression feels very good. Like when you find a piece of equipment, it's not just like, oh boy, I do like 3 more damage. Usually like the next step up will be significant. But at the same time, you don't have to constantly, like, make sure you're on the cutting edge of gear. It just makes it easier if you do that. Okay, and that is everything on this floor. We are capped out on HP. Next floor. And again, remember, if you don't like your current loadout for encounters, just re-roll them. Go up and down the stairs. Secret. A secret. Aha, what's this? Aha. Nice little effing little trick. You think I wouldn't figure it out? Common drop Britannia gun. Oh no, that's a Gundam. Feels a little too meaty for a Gundam. I know there was the Spaghetti Gundam. Oh, here we go. Nice little safe spot here. I did equip... No, I didn't equip Restoration. I thought it was equipped this entire time. I'm a fool. Do we know what a Battle 11 is? It's got a destroyer in there. Fuck it, I'm going for it. Golems. Okay, so golems don't have any physical or magic defense, but they just have a boatload of HP. See if we can actually kill the destroyer turn 1, that'd be nice. Hey, got there. Malflux is actually doing stuff this time, hell yeah. No damage. Love to see it. Level up for Giza Blanc. Hey, there we go. So there's Lesser Ascension, which is the same thing as Lesser Descension, except you go up instead of down. So now we could kind of scramble our way back to the surface. But you only get 7 uses, so make sure you're on floor 7, I guess. They very intentionally give it to you on floor 7 just in case you're like, oh god, I need to get out of here. Too many wizards. No. Don't turn Lolagi into Glitch Punk. Yeah, I think we withdraw from this one. Ow, my members. Yeah, take it easy, Tarzman. Have a good one. Yeah, we did the math riddle. We solved that already. We got the gun that poisons people. For our trouble. Let's see, there's the staircase back up. I think this is where the Gorgon Shrine appears. Number 12, what's that? Number 12, Burger King foot lettuce. Come on, cheeky destroyer kill. Oh, yeah. Well, surely this time. Surely I'm a fool. Ow, my members. It sounds a lot like the starting bit of Roundabout, yeah. You're not wrong. My javelin. You broke my javelin. Is that it's not permanent. It better not be permanent. I really hope that's just for this fight. I don't think I ran into the braking mechanic when I was testing it out. Or I didn't remember reading about it. Is it just gone? Can they really just delete? Oh no, that's a problem. I guess that's why they call them destroyers. But I only have the one powder gun. I don't want to lose that. I don't think there's like a repair NPC or anything like that either. I think it's just gone. Thankfully, Javelin's not like a super high tier item, but... Black bears drop bastard swords. Return of the bastard swords bear. Oh, here we go. So number 8 is the Gorgon altar. And again, you have to dial in where the petrified characters are, so if you know where they are... Like, obviously we don't know where, like, Nalperna or Valtoro are, but if we did know where they were, we could dial those numbers and save them. And be ready to pick them up as soon as we found them. I want to say there's the teleporter either this floor or next floor. I think it's next floor. We could just try and, like, Lesser Descension and force our way through, honestly. Resurrection's Shrine. So I wouldn't mind getting her, you know, another piece of gear to replace that. I guess for now I could give her... I don't really have a ton of great options. Yeah, it's probably either the next floor or the floor after. Oh, not Ascension. Descension, please. I wish to descend. Take some Fafnir data for the trip. Now we're doing some big brain stuff. Now we're just, like, foregoing the actual layout of the dungeon in favor of, I need to get down to the teleporter ASAP. But also, since there are, you know, staircases and stuff here, might as well pick them up since they're on the way. Map riddle! Alright, so when you see this pattern, search that X. Can you search an X? I hope you can. Yeah, there's the staircase down. Gonna grab some more tiles while they're still open. Try not to run into any encounters that I'm not ready for. Boy, there sure would be a problem if I had an unfortunate dungeon encounter. Looks directly into camera. Stares and says nothing for 10 minutes. Alright. Floor 9. So this should be the teleporter floor then. I think that's it over there, FO. You know, let me re-roll these ones. I'm toxic, I don't care. Oh, almost ran into that one. Gonna have to do a couple fights there. I'd rather just have a clear path if possible. Secret. Oh, right, you can just... There's a secret there. There are shortcuts sometimes. No, this is the treasure hunter data. 10,000, huh? Noted. Will avoid. What encounters have that? Is that an encounter? Nope. Okay, FC. You see, FC, we are in trouble. No, the event icons don't correspond to the encounter they show up in. That's just like the listing. These just give you the data on the enemy so you know in the future if they show up. Like you already know what their deal is and where they will show up. So if you ever see FC as an enemy encounter, don't do it. I'm assuming it's like a really tough enemy that you can fight early on if you're good enough. Why would you stand in front of the adventures? Or no, that's the ability shrine. I wouldn't mind if there were icons for like the basic stuff like adventurers, rest, and all that stuff. There, I think that's it. OA. This is right by the staircase. There we go. Okay. Whew. So we're gonna need some new gear, because they blew up my javelin. I love that this also costs 120, but it has 375,000 offense. Not that we could even use it, but it's there if you want it. We can buy a longbow. It feels like the best bet is not to go for like the absolute best possible gear. Because again, if you lose your party, like if your party goes down, then you are in a bad spot. I'm gonna buy a couple bastard swords, because those are just like pretty solid, not super expensive. Can't buy a partisan yet. Battle axe might not be a bad purchase either. Because all we have are the hatchets right now, which are kind of doo-doo. These are like beginner tier random weapons. This one having a damage range of 540 is pretty good. On average, you're looking at, what, 270? Way, way better than average of 30. Should also look into like shields and cloaks and stuff. Because these are like flat out chances to evade entirely. I want to say the 20 is a percentage. I feel like it was going off about 20% of the time when I was testing that in my other file. Wow, 70%. That's really nice. Although I believe these do take up a hand slot, so you can't have like another attack if you have that. And then what else do we have here? Incantations. Alright, magic. No, wait, couldn't we have bought Maliare from the beginning? I don't remember seeing these, although maybe I just tabbed down the page. Excuse me. And missed it. Oh, man. Little fluff of dust went down the throat. Stock is determined by, like, enemy. They drop shop stocks, basically. So, like, for example, if you kill an enemy, as I understand, they have a chance to have the shop restock that item. Because if we go back to the enemy list... where is it? So when you see shop wares, for example, I believe it is a chance for them to stock one of those items when you beat that enemy. I don't think I've seen any messages that popped up that says, you killed the ghost, that means there's an arming sword in the shop now. To my understanding, that is. Doesn't somebody have, like, painfully low... Yeah, Lalagi still has 25 magic defense. Let's make her a ranger. Give her the gun and crossbow. Then she can also use the leather hat to get a little bit of magic defense. That puts everybody at 70. That's a nice little buffer. And yeah, all the music in this game is classical. I think actually I was looking up the OST and like every comment of every song in the game, like it has somebody linking the original. Like, oh, this is Beethoven. But yeah, I wouldn't mind a little more variety in the music. Honestly, like, again, a lot of people are going to be turned off by the graphics and like the simple super presentation. But my biggest issue is with the music. I kind of wish there was more of it. Because if we go down, actually let's... Well, I can't really save and show you, but we can go down a floor. We'll just run through. I believe this is the next sort of stratum. Probably get killed by going to these fights, but whatever. Like, now you get Night on Bald Mountain for this floor's battle theme, or for this stratum's battle theme, I guess. And again, it's all guitar, which is... I really wish there was, like, percussion, or an additional supporting instrument or two would be nice. I wonder if the withdraw theme is like a classical. It probably is. But yeah, every stratum has its own battle theme, so there will at least be some variety, but it will take a bit, especially if you're still just kind of learning the game. You'll hear a lot of this song, this stratum's theme. But yeah, we'll call it there. A little bit of a shorter stream today, but I really wanted to show this game off because it was really cool. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming out. I know it's more of a niche thing, but now that I don't have to worry about metrics for the partner stuff or anything like that, I have no real reason to worry about streaming niche stuff anymore. So hope you enjoyed it. maybe you saw something cool. Maybe you want to pick it up for yourself. I'm going to host you over to Newbie, who's doing some Dark Deity. Almost certainly no stream this weekend. I'm going to be really busy between Halloween and stuff. But yeah, I will most likely see you on Monday at the usual time. If not, I will announce on my Twitter. If you're not following that, please go ahead and click that. If you're not following here, go ahead and follow there. It's free, it costs you nothing. You get to see when I go live. And it helps me out a lot. But yeah, have a good one, and I'll see you on Monday. It would help if I spelled Newbie's name right. I went host Wander Newbie. It's Wandering Newbie. There we go. All right, take it easy.